Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video, let's have a look at the first Descendant patch 1.3.13. Now, the first thing in this patch is that the Forbidden Sanctuary is being reduced or nerfed. The HP of the two commanders, the alternative hand of Nizestra, and the abandoned fusion form will be reduced. Now, whether they nerf it solo, duo, trio, or squad, it does not make a damn difference. These bosses are not even difficult. For the most part, if you go into this dungeon with a proper build, you will not have much of a problem. I can understand people not getting sub 4-minute clears, like you can get if you're in a squad and stuff like that, right? But oh my goodness, there is nothing wrong with playing a dungeon for more than 4 or 5 minutes. Just because you have to put a little bit of time, or even a minute, 2, 3, 4 minutes into shooting a boss down, he's a boss for a reason. And I'm actually so beyond fucking sick of this, because this is beyond a joke at this point. The developers literally said we're going to focus on the players we have left, and I don't know where they are getting their information from, or whether the developers have turned into Reddit frogs or Discord mods or what, but majority of players do not want this shit for real. And I know that this might come across as that, oh, you're just complaining because you spend so much money and time on the game or whatever, but realistically the enjoyment factor is the main thing. Solo and squad play felt genuinely balanced in this dungeon. Without an Ancestor mod, you could get about a 4-minute clear with Bunny, and with an Ancestor mod, you can get about a 3.5-minute clear with Bunny, as an example. And when I ran in squads, it was about the same, genuinely, and I didn't have a problem with it because it genuinely almost felt the same, and I think they genuinely nailed exactly how it should feel. Just for reference, I'll show you this real quick because I made a entire YouTube video that I didn't even release, a 48-minute video sucking the developers balls and praising them about how good this dungeon really is. I didn't release it because I was going to timestamp it and then drop it as an opinion-based video in a few days, or a week after the dungeon came out. But as of right now, it is the 10th of December. The dungeon came out on, I think it was the 5th of December. The dungeon came out on the 5th, and it's been 5 days, and there is a nerf announced. You need to let people marinate when it comes to this sort of content. If I was to search up even something as simple as Forbidden Sanctuary on YouTube, let me literally just do that right now. If I literally just search up TFD Forbidden Sanctuary build, you will see here on YouTube straight up a 4-minute build from Freyna, a 4-minute build from Valby, a Biscuit build guide, a Glay build guide, but 5-minute run from Glay, a 5-minute Ajax run, so on and so forth. It's 4 minutes 5 seconds with Bunny, and this video doesn't even have an Ancestor mod in there. Oh wait, no, this one does, I think, I don't know. But just in general, right, you really do not even need to rock this dungeon in terms of difficulty. So many people are clearing it in 4 to 5 minutes, speedruns are clearing it in 3 minutes, and I just think that doing anything to this dungeon is really sad, especially given that this is the highest tier of content in the game, and with the insanely busted Ancestor mods you've given us as well, specifically the Ancestor mods. Oh my god, the amount of power you can get. I literally just ran the dungeon with my 400% build, and even with that, and I made it to the boss fight in 5 minutes in a solo. When you give yourself an actual proper build with actual proper damage and a good Ancestor mod with crit rate cooldown crit damage, or if you go in with a proper Ancestor mod with crit rate crit damage, you can literally fly through this entire dungeon insanely fast. Just for reference as well, let me show you this specifically, this one video from Bunny Honey. Literally this one specific video, because this proves a major point as well. You don't even fucking need these ancestor mods. That's the funniest part. Literally, this video right over here is a video from Bunny Honey. I'm gonna mute it because I don't want to deal with copyright. But this is a video from Bunny Honey in which she completes Forbidden Sanctuary, specifically Forbidden Sanctuary, in 4 minutes 44 seconds solo. And this is done with no ancestor mod. Ancestor mods allow you to take the top tier bracket of the game and make it even faster. But if you don't want an ancestor mod, you can do it without an ancestor mod. So I don't know why people are complaining so hard. The other biggest thing is that, well, just in general, it is the top tier of the game. And I think at this point, to prevent people from going in with stupid builds, add the same requirements as the trigger mods. 10 catalysts, a level 40 arcade tree at a bare minimum, and 10 catalysts on a weapon would probably be fine, because this is a thing that they keep doing, and it's genuinely fucking sad at this point. I want to believe the developers and have hope that the new roadmap's going to be promising and the new content is going to be promising, but if the developers are not willing to change and even go down the route of not nerfing content for once, I have absolutely no faith in this upcoming roadmap and with the future of this game. Because you can promise the fucking world, but if you keep doing the same things, it's not going to make any form of a progressive difference. I'm not complaining for the sake of just quote complaining. I'm complaining because I want this game to succeed. And if you stick to the old habits that you have, then it's not going to get any better. There is also some other changes, like Eugen getting some alterations and stuff like that, fixing some bugs with Eugen as well, and you know, messing with some stuff there, which is fine, whatever. Same with Ajax and Bunny, same thing, fine, and Freyna as well. And for majority of it, it's again fine. Another thing was for the ancestor mods, they've reduced it from 300 to 150. I think this is a blaring change, because with Lava Citadel, people had no problem clearing it because the boss was a joke, and with Grim Reaper not being a complete joke and genuinely being, in my opinion at least, one of, if not the most fun Abyss bosses in this game, a lot of people cannot clear this boss, even with a double HP module setup, so on and so forth. A lot of people are struggling with this boss, which is fine. You know, it's a boss, and if you didn't struggle with it at all, then that would be cooked and it'd be a joke like Lava Citadel. But reducing this, I think, is just to appease the masses, especially with now the people trying to farm for their skins as well as the ancestor mods, so they don't want to take that burden on, which is cool. And I think this final change to events kind of summarizes the game up perfectly. The event challenge is to do Sigma Sector 4 times and do a dungeon 4 times, and they are now nerfing this from 4 times to 2 times. It does not hurt to run Sigma Sector 2 more times. I ran it once each for the dailies, and then I'm going to run it 2 more times to help a friend out. But even still, in general, this is basically the entire playbase. They want to have every single reward in this game without even fucking playing the game. At this point, you might as well just let us load in and just give us the rewards, and then we can just leave the mission. I think that would be a 10 out of 10 change. But please, Nexon, you've shown us that you can do a good dev stream. You've shown us that you can genuinely make good improvements. Please do not go back on your own bad habits to appease the masses of players that think that this dungeon needs a nerf. If you don't give anyone time to adjust, then you're never going to break out of this cycle. I think that if you want to do this, that's okay. Nerfing stuff is not a problem, right? But if you're going to nerf the content, wait until the next content release. You've just released Forbidden Sanctuary. If you were to go back and nerf Vessel 2, nerf Supermassive Receptor now, that would be fine, because there'll be people running it still for the ancestors. If you want to go through it like that, it's fine. But let's be real, if you can clear Forbidden Sanctuary, you go back to Supermassive and you're like, damn, this thing's a joke, because the mobs have gone up by like another 400 levels. I think there's a lot of people that will try using their old builds in new content, not bother updating, and when they get their ass handed to them because they're running something that's, well, not going to work very effectively, they quit, and then they take straight to Reddit, take straight to Discord, put their fist through the ceiling about how they're so angry and how Nexon doesn't respect your time, when they don't respect what the developers do either. I think even if you were to ask for a nerf within the first first week of any content being released, you're not giving it enough time to marinate and stuff like that. The new boss, for example, a lot of people are struggling. Build guides came out. I myself posted like 3-4 build guides for Grim Reaper, and people have started taking to the boss and, you know, nuking the boss. And it's fine, it works, even with other absolute plethora of videos on YouTube and stuff like that as well, of people running newer setups and stuff like that to optimize the new dungeon. Plenty of people are clearing the dungeon in 4 or 5 minutes. You need to stop nerfing to the occasion and let your player base rise to the challenge. If they do not rise to the challenge, then it is a fucking skill issue. That is all I can say. It is a genuine skill issue, because at that point, what else can you do? I know that you don't want to lose players, but please do not make bad decisions based on fear from player counts. Jason, my king, you said Ajax is back, and you are absolutely right. So can you please make the team make some better decisions in the long run so that the game has a better future, please? Thank you. Alright, that's pretty much everything I have to say about this. I'm not happy that it's getting nerfed, but you have to also kind of understand where I'm coming from as well. There is so much in this game that I don't understand why nerfs need to happen. And it's amazing how they're so quick to nerf content within less than 7 days, but God forbid they ever try nerfing a fucking character, because the community is going to implode and start fucking crying. But yeah, this is pretty much just my thoughts on this nerf, and I'm not happy about it at all. I think that there needs to be some serious fucking work, especially if this game is to have a future, because if they don't break out of this constant nerfing cycle of nerfing everything within 7 days, or 5 days at this point, there's not going to be a future for this game, and that's me being absolutely brutally honest. You need to let your players grow instead of ramming power systems up our fucking ass and then making content easier. It's not the right way forward in my opinion. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.